Hi Libra, this is your horoscope for February 2019. Thanks for joining me. On the 4th of February, we've got a new moon in Aquarius, and that takes place in your 5th house of romantic relationships and children and family units. So I've made a separate video on this new moon. Have a look at that video. It's a weird one. It's about downloading information which is going to add value to your life and which you can then use to add value to the lives of other people. So this new moon is really going to give you ideas about love and romance and parenting and how to be in a family. You're transiting midheaven, work, and the transiting Mercury, communication planet, are also sitting there with this new moon. So you'll find you'll start to understand how to communicate with other people, how you come across to people in work, and the universe kind of holds up a mirror to you in the way you come across to other people. So you start to see yourself from the lens of others. On the 4th as well, Venus, the planet of love and beauty and your ruler, that goes into Capricorn in your 4th house of family. So family now and relationships are really important to you, and you put them under the microscope and you really scrutinize them and you say, what is going on with my relationships? You know, if you're happy and you've got kids and a wonderful soulmate and family and everything's wonderful, you're still going to look at that and say, wow, why am I so blessed to have all of these great relationships, and maybe I can write about how other people can attain this. Or if you're single and you've been single for 20 years and you're just like, why is this happening? I always wanted to be with someone. Then you start to scrutinize that and put it under the lens, and you really start to get some insights into what's going on with you and the vibration you give off and how other people perceive you. On the 5th, it's the Chinese New Year of the Pig. So if you follow Chinese astrology, that represents abundance and prosperity, apparently. So that is good news for you in terms of finances. On the 10th of February, Mercury, the communication planet, goes into Pisces in your 6th house. So Pisces is there with Neptune and Chiron in the 6th house of work. So your working life and your daily routine and your physical health, it's going to be kind of fuzzy, and you're not going to really feel like you have a clear insight into that. The clear insight and the thing that you're super scientific about at the moment are your relationships. But when it comes to your career status and whether you should have been promoted or whether you should be making more money, that's very foggy to you. So don't make any big moves in your career. There's fog around you. You're not clear about what's going on in that area. On the 13th of February, we've got Mars and Uranus, the male principle and the rebel, sitting together until the 23rd of February. They conjunct each other, so they meld their energy together. They're 29 degrees in Aries. So each house of the chart has 30 degrees. When something is at 1 degree or 29 degrees, it becomes even stronger. And Aries is about bulldozing your way through to get what you want. 29 though is also, if you add them up, is 11, the master number of service, and the 7th house is relationships. So you become even more focused now on my relationships. I'm going to solve this problem. I'm going to bulldoze my way forward. Jupiter, the lucky planet, is in the 3rd house of communication. So you're really going to sort out once and for all the way your relationships are, the vibration you have around relationships, and you're really going to do a lot of personal digging on an intuitive spiritual level, and you're going to get a lot of insights. So make sure you have a meditation practice in your life. Make sure you have a kind of dream journal that you keep by your nightstand. If you get your messages when you're running or when you're exercising, make sure that you listen to those messages. They're going to be really important. You're not going to get these messages from a human power. It's going to be from spirituality and from your higher self that's going to deliver the answers. So from the 13th until the 23rd, that's when you'll make the most breakthroughs, and when you'll be most confident about changing things in yourself, in your relationships, so that you get more out of them and that you can strengthen your relationships. On the 14th of Feb, we've got Mars going into Taurus in your 8th house of other people. So on Valentine's Day, the male principle goes into the sign of sensuality. So that's perfect in terms of short-term relationships, you know, one-night stands, physical intimacy. You will have no problem with that. But you're looking at a long-term relationship and you're looking at making this work. So that's a minor distraction. So, I mean, you don't need to be a monk or a nun. You can have fun, but it's not going to help you understand what the patterns are, really. It's more of a physical distraction that doesn't give you a lot of answers. On the 19th of February, we've got a full moon in Virgo, which is also a super moon, and that happens in your 12th house of spirituality and spiritual strength. So Virgo is like a sponge. It absorbs information, and in your 12th house of spirituality, it's going to absorb information that is of a spiritual nature and that informs you how you can heal your relationships, existing relationships, colleague relationships, business relationships, romantic relationships, family relationships, repairing your or altering your relationship status from single to married or married to single. It's really going to, you're going to be bombarded with this kind of information, and see yourself as a doctor in a lab analyzing the vibration you give off when it comes to relationships. You get the answers, you're really able to then implement the changes based on the information you get. But what you have to do is you have to pay attention, you have to listen to your higher self, and you have to take the messages seriously. And this is a month where you can really sort this out once and for all, and you can get what you want out of relationships because you now know what you're giving out, what makes other people tick, and you can combine them so that things start to work for you. So that energy of the full moon in Virgo lasts until the end of the month, and that's what February is about. So I hope you have a wonderful month. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. If you like my videos, please share them, hit the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you next month.